Next question, please.
I'm a short person. My name is Celia Paris, and I'm here tonight representing the Sunshine Coast Botanical Garden Society. Thank you, Bill. The Society is a 500-member-strong, non-profit charitable organization and has been working since 2002 to create a botanical garden on the Sunshine Coast. We've now identified a 40-acre site in West Seychelles that is the ideal location for the garden, and we're raising funds to purchase it. And there are some leaflets at the back of the room. This couldn't be a greener, smarter project for the coast. My question is to Barry, Jerry, and the rest of the panel. If elected, will you actively support and promote the building of this community treasure?
Thank you. And Barry, do you want to start off? We'll go down to Lee and then work our way back up to you.
If I could get a little clarification, Celia, actively support and promote? What do you mean by that? I mean, it's very easy for us to say, yeah, we support it, but what is it that you are explicitly asking for? Are you asking for monetary support? Financial support?
Absolutely, yes, that. Support in every way, but that financial support is very important.
How much?
Well, we need to raise $1.5 million by June of 2009.
I'm going to defer to Jerry. He's the chair of corporate services. But Celia, to put it in context, our grants of assistance fund, I believe, is $17,000 per year. All right, so there's the contextual comment for you. I'm sure that we can find some ways to support it. We're going to have to sit down and be somewhat imaginative about how we are going to do that, given the constraints on our budgets. So you've always had our support for a botanical garden, always. And it's unfortunate that circumstances precluded us from doing what we wanted to do in Gibsons, but those situations happen. And we wish you well, and we will support you, and we will find a way to find ways to make that happen. Thank you.
Jerry?
Well, Celia, Barry said it all. Our budget for revenues is about $3 million, roughly. So you're talking about a third of our budget. And we have to do a lot of things with that small amount of money. And looking forward 5 to 10 years, we're going to be really scraping the bottom of the barrel to do just what is called core services. However, I personally have always supported the Botanical Garden right from day one when Pauline was talking about it as a dream. Now the dream is pretty close to coming true, and I just think that's great. And along with the current mayor, I believe, yes, the town will look for ways to support it. We're just not sure how we can do that. But we have done that with other organizations and applied for grants. You know, sometimes the governments can assist in that, doing that. And I'm sure that's what we're going to do. We're going to find ways to help.
Yes, I guess that I do support, and I have the same kind of hesitation in saying financial support. Our grant and aid program is usually oversubscribed by 3 to 1 at least. So it's very hard to make choices about who should get money when there's so many deserving volunteer organizations around. However, I would be interested in looking for creative ways to get funding. At the Community Futures AGM the other night, Al Mulholland was talking about how there's large pots of grant money coming along because of the hard economic times. So I'd urge you to go and speak to Al, and there's also iced tea funding that we could look at and support as a community, support an application.
Yes, I would support the Botanical Society. And as a director at the Community Forest, I supported the donation that was given to the Botanical Society.
Celia, yes, as you know, having written a letter, I do support your society, and you already know the limitations of our grant and aid, which is actually $5,000 per organization, as we just, if you didn't think it was tight enough already. And I would be happy to work with and promote the concept, because I think it's a very valuable one for the Sunshine Coast. Thanks.
Thanks. Not much that's new to offer, except that I'll reiterate, I think we need to work collaboratively. When we have a project that's of a regional nature, even if it's located in Sechelt, we can still work together to give it the support that it requires. And as everybody has said, our financial situation is quite tight, and the Regional Districts Grant in Aid has is undergoing a restructure at the moment, and so 2009 is going to look very different from how it's ever looked before. But I do believe that if local governments can all sit down together and pool our collective resources, we could be of more assistance than we can be individually. And the recommendation of the Island Coastal Economic Trust, which is a grant program that is targeted at economic development projects, and this as a tourism attraction would be one of those, is a good place to go.
Based on